Alright, Eugene Backyard here for another. We're gonna work on a Craftsman 4 horsepower chipper shredder. Know nothing about it. It was dropped off by my son. I think a neighbor of his had it sitting around. Needs some lovin's. Not sure what the lovin's it needs. Looks like a branch cutter here that's really small, probably 2-inch. Get the leaf shredder here, but the problem is I gotta rake the leaves up and drop them in here. I must rake them up and drop them in the garbage bag. She's missing the chipper. Oh my god, that's rusty. The chipper guard. There's supposed to be a guard that goes with a pin here and then drops down over this side to keep so that it doesn't blow the chips 90 miles away. Matter of fact, I'm going to grab some WD-40 before I get going here, and I'm going to spray them bolts out. I think I'm going to end up having to fabricate something for this side. Get the soakage going on. Yeah, he probably has it. He probably took it off. It's just it's like a grate over there with a bunch of either slots or small holes in it so the wood chips don't fly 90 miles away. It also directs them towards the ground. But anyway, so I don't know nothing about it. First thing I'm going to do is gonna find me a wrench and get that spark plug yanked out of it. We got a 3/4 inch socket here. Keep the plug. I should take a little air below the dirt already from the spark plug hole. I'm gonna get the spark plug out of it. I'm gonna spray some WD-40 just down the down the cylinder, because I don't know how long it's been sitting. Could be years. Could be only 1 year. I have no idea. This out and see what the spark plug looks like. Looks like it hasn't been run. Look at that spark plug is white with some some rust around the inside. Anyway, this one the piston's offset into the head. It's offset to spark plug's over here close to the valves. It's offset to that side. Pull start. You have to remove it because of the blades that chop the wood are actually they're on a big disc and they hang off the side, so they bang around as they spin until they come up to speed. Alright, get a spark plug here. It's a brand new spark plug. Funny thing is, it's a champion. Get in here. Close this door so I can see the spark. Close the door down. Shut off some lights here. See if I get spark. Yeah, I can see. Let's see if I can get you in here. Look at the end of that spark plug right there. Alright. It's hard to hold the camera and pull it. I turn it sideways. Get the lights back on. We know it has spark. There we go. The tank was missing a bolt at the top. I put a bolt in it. This is Tecumseh. Tecumseh was really famous for, instead of running the gas line out the outside and just hooking to the carburetor, no. Tecumseh liked to run it underneath the pull start. I mean, I didn't say Briggs and Stratton didn't do it too, but definitely Tecumseh loved to do it. Let's see. Can't tell you. There's no markings on the. This is Tecumseh engine. Yeah, they love to run the stuff on them. I don't know why. We're gonna get a. Eventually, we're gonna pull that fuel line off to make sure there's not fuel in it. Not the tank. I know there's no fuel in the tank. I just want to make sure there's no fuel in the line. I gotta end up yanking this carburetor anyway. That, you know, it should be sitting here. I might have to heat this line up. She's crunchy. Oh, there's something in there. Gotta find the heat gun. Got my heat gun here. Yeah, heat that line up and get it off. All right, with a little heat, just like that, we got a fuel line removed. That's all. Now let's remove this carburetor. Sometimes Tecumseh makes this fun too, because the one nut on the back side is usually behind the filter, or behind the casting on the carburetor, so it's sometimes hard to get it off. Move this air filter. Is this one? Some of these are just slotted. You just kind of loosen the screws. Yep. Filter in there. Lots of rust. She's pretty rough. We got some brake clean. Yeah, there's definitely there's a foam piece on the outside I didn't see. I'm gonna let that dry for a second before I go touching that. This thing will come out like mush from the brake cleaner. I didn't see it was there. You can see it in here. Thank God it was this air filter cover is offset from the carburetor. So the carburetor way up here and the air filter is offset to the bottom. So the water just went to the bottom, ran back out. Doesn't mean nothing got in the carburetor. 7/16 or ½ inch. Couple wrenches here. See what we got. Like I said, I don't know why Tecumseh did this. I hit everything in the back here that you can't get it out. You take this off, it's below the fuel line. So you can't get a wrench on it, or can't get a socket on it. Sometimes you can't even get a wrench on them. Which looks like it might be in this case. Yeah, neither one. Oh, well, I touched that one. Yeah, normally Tecumseh you can spin them on most of the way with your finger, and then you tighten only a little bit with the wrench, but if not, you're pretty much stuck. If not, you gotta remove the muffler, you gotta remove the entire intake with it. If you can't get these nuts loose. They're decent engines, but they didn't make them user friendly, I can tell you that. Do some rust on the end of these studs and you've about had it, because the studs are free floating in here. I can actually touch the stud on the other side, so they're free floating in the intake. The bolt comes through from the back. So the problem is, a lot of times you remove them muffler bolts, snap them off. Looks like I'll be removing the whole intake. Oh wait, maybe not. There's one. Got these star washers on, hooked right to them. Here's the hard one. I don't seem to be able to get to this one because the fuel line's right now. It's right here. And usually you can't turn these. But we'll try. Usually they end up, they're like splined on, they're plastic and the inside is splined. And usually when you go turn them, you end up ruining them. Alright. I know 7/16, I just used it. Let's check that. No, it's definitely 7/16s. Unless they put two different nuts on. Looks like I'm hitting the carburetor is the problem. Let's try turning it a little bit farther. Worst comes to worst, will be online. There it is. Online getting the carburetor. This is the same problem except for this one I can't reach around the back. You got to pull out with the nut as you're trying to unscrew it. Problem is usually when you go to put the back on, you end up shoving the nut around the other side or the bolt. See if I can find something to hold the back of that with. Looks like I just went and got a flashlight. It looks like I can get my finger back there and hold it. Here's the second one. Nice and easy here. Not to rip the gasket if I can help it. It's got a big hole in here. It's got two holes in there, but there's a big one. That's where the linkage went. Oh, and I ripped the gasket. I can see half of it's here, half of it's here. I might have extra ones of those. Well, that sucked. Yeah. It stayed. Oh well. Half the gasket stayed on the carburetor. Alright, we got the carburetor off on the paper towel. I tipped that thing. It's got a unusual, what would you put, unusual stink. There's some very old gas. I'm guessing ethanol fuel, and a lot of stink coming out here, making my eyes actually water. Whew. Yeah, that's definitely. Which you can smell along with this. I'd like to share this one with somebody. Oh my God. That's a mold gas. This is the high-speed jet. Of course, just hitting it on the rag here, and this shellac is coming out of it. Now, hang on a second. I like to mark these bowls because it's got a high and a low spot on pumps and bowls to float in. So I usually like to take something to scratch it up here so I know where it goes back on it. Ooh. I like to get this one back on as soon as possible because the smell's killing me. Oof. Try a marker. The fuel that leaked out of my hands is actually stained. It's some good stuff. Usually I try to do it with a scratch because you'll clean off the bowl and the marker will be gone next time you're looking for it. Ooh, that is green. That is a very interesting shade of green in there. It's hard to tip as you can see, but you can get enough of it. It is definitely ethanol fuels that went bad. Hang on, I'm gonna dump this in the can. There's a puddle of stuff in there. It was definitely gonna run off what was in that bowl. It's just the fuel is done. It was starting to eat away at the bowl. And I think these bowls are aluminum, so that's pretty impressive. I think I'm gonna have to get the Dremel. Whew, it's still making my eyes water. Now it's on my hands and the wire brush and clean out that bowl. In 1 minute. That dust flying out of there, there's dried up ethanol fuel. But it cleans it pretty good, these little wire brushes. Just don't want to push too hard. You want to wear a hole through the bowl. Should brought a smaller brush. Hang on. Alright, we got the smaller brush here. Got it pretty clean. take a little brake cleaner and wash it out. This is what I thought about with the magic markers. This is usually about the point where you hit the magic marker with the brake clean and the magic marker disappears. That's why I usually like to scratch them too. Pretty clean. Do the same thing with the needle here. I'm not going to mess with the adjuster on this if I don't have to. I'm going to pull the pin here and take this off. I'm going to clean that up because if not, that debris will keep falling into the bowl and it'll keep causing problems. And it looks like the center is clogged anyway. Now what do I do with needles? So carefully remove the pin here. Hopefully. Pins out. Plus I can clean out the pin real well so the float doesn't clean out the pin here really good so the float don't stick. Float out. Alright, this one's a hard needle with a seat. Camera focus. I'm just going to take Dremel for quick and clean this off. Alright, we got it all cleaned off here. Best we can. There's still some green spots on here, but I don't want to put a hole in the float. Just trying to knock the loose stuff that might, the new fuel might soften up and fall back in the bowl. So that's clean, that's clean. Put the needle back on. These are a pain in the butt because they're on a little piece of wire. Let's go. Oops, focus. There's a little piece of wire. It's got to go under the tab here. Alright, next we're going to try not to knock the gasket off of it. I'm going to see if I can run something through the center here and right to the middle of this and clean out that port. Some of the emulsion tubes in the center of this thing will push out. Sometimes you can't. I don't want to push out too hard and break something. Float back on, pin back in. Check to make sure the float works. It's definitely, oh, that was a taste I won't forget. Anyway, you get a bowl back on here, a mark lined up. I cleaned this out. I could have counted the turns on this and took it right off. Make sure I got the needle clean. I can pull this out of the bottom of that bowl without a problem. There wasn't much. There was liquids in here, but it hadn't dried out all the way, so the high-speed adjuster might be okay. Tighten this back up. Careful, don't over torque it. Bring it back forward here. You can see the machine. And we're going to get this cover back on there. Not much to see here. I think I'll pause you for a second. I'll get this on. I'll get this turned back in the right direction. Fuel line hooked back up. I'm going to drain a little bit of fuel out of that tank just to make sure it's not bad. And guess I clean off with the Dremel while I got it. Alright, we'll be back in a minute. Alright, got all the gasket material cleaned off. Okay. Just wanted to show you how I do. I am putting a new gasket on it. Six companies do not make it easy to put their carburetors on. This one's actually worse. This side's worse than that side. Alright, get these tightened up. There's the fuel. They're yellow. It's not because of the cup, it's definitely yellow. It needs to be drained. Alright, we'll be back in a minute. Alright, nasty fuel's out. It's in the cup over here. Not sure if I have fuel or somebody taking a drug test. Carburetor's not leaking. I should have pulled the low speed out. I didn't even think about it on the side here, but we'll see if it'll fire up. Hang on. I don't want to grab that. Got to drop the plug back in. That was sucked. I almost grabbed it while I was still rotating. I got a good reminder not to grab a hold of it when it shocked me. That would have been great on video though. Plugs in. Chokes on. Shoot rust out the muffler. Alright. It's shooting rust out the muffler. Let's see if I have some starting fluid here. It's shooting dirt out. Right out the muffler from the water. Not taking enough fuel yet. They cracked this thing on the bowl here to make sure that I'm getting fuel in. Just cracking the, yep, got a handful of fuel. Just cracked the high-speed jet. Doesn't mean it's drawing the fuel, but it's there, so give me a rag. Hand off. Bottom off. I'll pull through the carburetor. I'll take that off one more time and make sure I clean it really well. Alright, I'll bring you back in 1 minute. I'm going to clean this off a little bit better. We'll put it back together. Alright, we took the carburetor apart one more time. Let's clean it up. Let's try it again. Got the air filter cleaned out. Put that back on. We're going to turn that rusted spot towards the top. That way, if we get any more water in it won't rot through. Put that there. There. There, locked her in. The air filter's round, even though it's offset to the bottom. It's round, so it doesn't matter which way you asphyxiate it. Asphyxiate. Affix it. Asphyxiate. Yeah, we're gonna start with for air. Affix it to it. Fasten it to it. How's that? We won't get so fancy. Yeah, folks, she's fixed. Well, see if I can find an example of this, and we'll make a new guard for here, even though the guy probably has it. But then, that's it, man. No one in the books. Got any information out of the video? Please like, share, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and on Facebook. Part project, funny videos, drift girls, things of nature. My mom just recently passed last week, so we're a little slow on doing the uploads, but we're gonna try to get back in the routine. We gotta do something. We can't just mope around. So we'll get out some videos. Hopefully, can pick up some new subscribers with the help of anybody that does watch this video. So, you know, maybe make a suggestion that somebody just go check me out. Hopefully, they'll subscribe and I can get up my subscriber base up a little bit higher. But I'll still keep putting them out anyway. I thank all of you that do watch it. You know, like I said, the thumbs up and the comment makes a whole lot of help for getting my channel shared. So I have an Instagram and a Facebook, so you can go check out both of them. Eugene's Backyard Repair, and we're out of here. Peace. She's not that very much of a high-tech machine, but it'll work. All right, we're out of here. Peace.